I'm ready! Yeah, I think I'm like at level 30 on Spanish, and I just got bored. So,
That's why I'm
and
trying to
I'm
learn Japanese.
and yeah, and I want to go to Korea, so I'm going to learn Korea.
I've been thinking about
You're
switching
gonna
back to
learn
French.
Korea.
Yes, Korean.
Okay.
I was just giving everybody their names in Korean.
I speak Korea.
Korea. I speak South Korea.
Oh,
That almost sounds like an advertisement from Simply or Obvious Plant. Learn to speak Korea.
I thought you were gonna say it's like those like learn language tapes where it's like the lady would be like, "Those children are speaking French," and no, they're not French; they're American.
Okay, so we're back once again for more Legacy and Marvel superheroes. And I think we checked in, so we kind of know what everybody is intending on doing tonight. But why don't we give us a recap here for our last game? So whoever took the notes last.
I'm looking.
Who took the notes?
ironically, that was Derek.
Ah.
Oh,
So Davey, since you
give us your
were trying to
best.
practice this last night on Mythic Savannah and you
Yeah.
missed out on your chance.
Yeah. Last time, Marvel superheroes, the Legacy did stuff. What did we do? Let's check the notes.
Mhm.
We got Karma. We went to the Recorder Hive. We took out oh no, this is when Hyperion got like upgraded and he was able to interface with the Dexamite technology and it was really scary and he lost his voice. Then we found the guy that was, I don't know how old, super old, but he had no mental
Activity.
activity. There we
Yeah.
go.
Mhm.
I was gonna say action, and I'm like, action's not the word. He was a Cahokia resident. We freed him. He is apparently doing well. We found the other three captives that the recorders took. Shone and Lightbringer took them back to Strongford. Took care of them, came back, and we continued on, going through the Dexamite base. Let's see, the last login was in 1953, which we are guessing maybe could have been Electrum. Apparently, they were looking for genetic perfection, and somehow they ended up making a biological injectable cancer that broke the Empire apart, and caused total imperial collapse of the Dexamite Empire. We went through all the rooms. We found some parts for ships and other such things. We found a little bit of Dravixium. And we took a bone sample, the bone dust sample from a Dexamite officer. Afterwards, we did some genetic research on Xenofrieza's ship, and we discovered a bunch of crazy things. And that's what we did on the Legacy.
Did we determine that the cancer virus was built at the Black Site, or did they just have it on record?
No,
They had it on record. Yeah.
Okay.
We don't know where it came from. We're not quite sure if it was created or it manifested itself naturally somehow. Could have been created because the Dexamites are powerful enough technologically to have accomplished that, but it was clearly a huge problem for them.
Yeah, genetics seemed to be there. They were always tinkering with their genetics, so maybe they did something they weren't supposed to do, or maybe they built something they weren't supposed to.
It's possible.
But at this point, a week has passed from your little escapades in the mountainside at that black site. Two things before we go any further. We need to roll for karma.
Karma.
Got to get your guys. Got to get you guys your monies for your
Yes.
character.
Oh.
I can go ahead and roll it.
So
Yay!
you can
Let's
pay for the things and build the things and
build all the things. Okay, 1d10 roll. Oops.
Yeah, I don't want to roll a 1 like I did last time. Okay.
4.
Nice.
You did better
Good
than
to
me.
go.
So let's see, 4. Okay, that's going to be times 50. And that's 200 times 6. That's 1,200. We add that to what we have. And so now our banked karma is at 3,935. And our available karma is back up to 500.
Perfect.
Wouldn't it be nice if we actually rolled a 10?
One of these
Oh.
days.
We
What's
have
the
like
current,
once or twice before, I think.
Dale, what's the current karma again? Sorry.
Current karma, now that we got this banked, is 3,935.
Yeah, thank you.
Whose turn is it? Is
It's
it
Derek's turn.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Brittany finished her upgrades, so now it's for Derek.
Let's go.
We have to have a pulse check at this point for the week you guys had in between then and now. Obviously, there was some conversation that was happening off scene in kind of a downtime sort of thing for those of you who were a part of it. In the meantime, however, what was everybody doing?
Power stunts. Everybody do your power stunts.
Yeah, would have been working on power stunts and
I will give you guys. I'll give you guys 2 rolls for that,
Oh,
Do
nice.
that. Get that out of the way.
since it was a time lapse. So if any of you have power stunts that need to be had, go ahead and do those.
That's...
Okay,
Red-
I'm having a brain fart. So
Well, hold that in.
I am rolling my power, like teleport is IN40.
So then you'd roll that,
Mhm.
yeah. You
Okay.
roll the thing that's attached to your...
Okay, that's what
power
I
Yep.
I just want to make sure. Ooh, yellow feet.
Nice. Got both
So-
of mine. Dun, dun.
One more. Okay, so I got 2 yellow feet. Nice.
Nice.
So I just need 1 more and then 3 green.
There you go.
Cool.
Well, I have been learning martial arts over the last week.
Okay.
Hyperion's been teaching Lightbringer some specific ones.
She had also asked Sledge previously if he could help her train on some of that, so
Nice.
she's probably doing some of that too. And
Sure.
then don't know, some kind of research. Oh wait, we were gonna work on the heal stuff, right?
Yeah. So then, okay. So then Jerome and I were working on some of that stuff because Hyperion especially had a lot of things he was trying to build. As far as the
You
heal
didn't
serum-
emphasize a lot enough. You might want to go back and restate that with your wall of text.
Yeah, I mean, you all know I make the wall of text. Especially Jerome knows this. Whenever I have a time lapse, it's a gigantic wall. I had like how many points? I had 15 different points to go over, and so I yeah, it was a lot. it was a little too much for the Facebook chat, so I had to put it in the Discord chat for him.
This is what happens when he doesn't sleep.
Yeah, you know,
Fair
he's
enough.
got all this time on his hands.
Fair enough.
But yeah, so especially for the HEAL, which is an acronym from homeostatic equilibrium and amelioration liquid, that's going to be the nanites, like healing nanites that would go in like a Star Trek style hypo spray. Since we have already created some nanites that we're now working on making that a fully viable thing so it can work for anybody. And that's going to take a little bit of time to complete, especially since we're trying to sell that and market that through Quantum Unlimited as well. Looks like that'll take 3 weeks of testing on live targets and trying to do that on multiple different sapient beings so that it's more universal amongst different genetic codes. So that is in the works. Hyperion would have worked a little bit with Lightbringer regarding a device that she would know that Hyperion is creating it for her, something she's going to wear for psionic purposes, but he wouldn't have told her yet what that was for, but she would have like had some doodads like put in her head, and he would have like tested her psychic potential and stuff, since he's just recently learned that technology. And that thing should be finished by next week.
Ooh.
Although one thing that did get finished that he would have looped shown in on because of her weapons engineering talents would be to create the item for Red Arsenal. And it's called the Power, POWER, stands for Psionic Omni-Weapon Emitter Rail.
Ooh, that's fancy.
Very fancy.
I like it.
So he would explain that it was made out of that remaining scrapped recorder stuff, like the material mainly that Pulsar had grabbed that we were analyzing before. He used that to actually form it so it's extremely durable, highly unlikely that it would ever break on you unless something catastrophic happened. And it has three main modes, 2 in a bow mode and 1 as a melee weapon. And so you would see that it kind of looks like a double-edged lightsaber, but a little more pristine, where you'd hold it in the middle. And he had explained that you would focus your psionic power just a little bit to get it to activate in that mode. And when you do, it generates a psionic bow. So a recurve type of alignment type thingy with psionic energy pops up with the psionic string. And whenever you grab the string and pull it, that materializes a psionic arrow that you can then fire. And it shows that it can clearly hit targets, but it's especially effective, of course, because it's based off of your particular psionic power. It does what it's supposed to do. It affects living beings and can mess with their mind and knock them out if it's strong enough and all of that.
Yes.
So typically what the weapon is really used for is to just focus your psionic potentials. So instead of rolling your psyche when you're firing your bow using that stuff, you're rolling your agility, which Red Arsenal is much better in. That is his bread and butter. So he's got that mode. The other mode along with that would be there's a button you press on it, which pops out this small like little nook next to where you would normally lay an arrow. And he has a set of, can we say like he's got 10 physical arrows, Jerome, or like how many?
Depends on what they're supposed to do. If they're just regular target arrows, that's fine.
So, like, I figure he would have used some of his own material, like making metacarbon fiber arrows, so that they're at least strong. They're not like just chintzy arrows like what he has currently. That way, if he's going up against somebody who is like just an energetic sponge where energy hits don't do anything, or they're psionically strong, he at least has something where he can do some physical damage.
Sure.
So then he's got 10 of those. They have a little bit of like iron within the tip, so that that little nook on the bow ends up being a magnetic rail system. So you knock that, pull it back, release, and it launches it. So you'd probably have to do a little bit of training, because you're used to, you know, some of your shots arcing for archery, but for these, they travel almost instantaneously to their targets that are within line of sight. So you kind of have a laser beam bow, more or less.
Yes.
The last option for that is, instead of holding the center, if you hold both sides and twist, the bow turns into 2 different psionic blades, which you can pop off and dual wield in case you need some melee attacking.
Let's go! Oh my
Davey
god!
is hearing Duel of the Fates already. He's just
Yeah!
Happy birthday, Davey!
So he would have like handed that to you and showed you how all that worked.
You just see tears in his eyes. You're the best brother ever. He's gonna give you a big
and
hug.
the chibi eyes with like
Yes!
with like the bad animation of water coming down, sort of thing.
Yeah, it's all vibrating and stuff.
Mhm.
Now he'll
So-
be now he'll be able to break up romance with
Yes!
deadly efficiency.
Well, no, wait. Didn't I promise something? I
Mhm.
promised something.
Yes, you.
Shoot. So you now have the power, and he would also mention to you that if you were to master any other type of like weapon style, he would see what he can do about like adding that type of mode to your power in the future. But for now, you've got range, you've got close combat capability. Make sure to practice using it.
Oh, he's definitely going to practice. One question Red Arsenal would have for Hyperion is, what about if I were to be able to access different energies? Would the bow still work?
The bow is keyed mainly to focus your psionic potential, because that seems to be something that you're strong in, even though your psychic accuracy is off. Hence why this is more like a psionic focus, a psionic weapon focus for you, so that you can just launch that energy. But if you somehow did harness other energies, he could probably make modifications or make a different type of weapon for you.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
So we've got the power, the heal is being worked on. Okay, that one, that's gonna take some time. Oh yeah, he would have also let everybody know that through Quantum Unlimited, he is making sure that Helios gets copied and pared down a bit so that it's ready for public use. And we're planning on selling Helios as an operating system through Quantum Unlimited really soon here. Maybe even uploading that to like each new T drive, kind of like how
Wow.
other operating systems are preloaded onto things. So we're working on that and getting that set up. Let's see. Shone would know that Hyperion is working on something else for her that would be in a bracelet, but because he was so busy making other things, he needs to put specific time into this thing, and he would let her know that it has to do with her teleportative power, but he won't go into more than that.
Cool.
Let's see. You all would have heard him possibly for the first time ever yell the F word when he was working on something, because he was working on those 3 collars, the power negation collars that we purloined from the Russian facility that we took off ourselves and brought with when we came back. And With that roll, Jerome, should I assume that those things are broken, destroyed, or did he just like mess up? That was when he rolled the 1 in.
Yeah,
this
no.
Oh.
In fact, what probably happened is it shut you down for a time being.
Okay.
Like it's just the feedback hits you and just like, and then it just hit the ground.
I think at that point, hearing that word,
Yeah.
I think Shone would have very slowly peeked around the corner.
When
Oh,
I
Red
came-
Arsenal would have ran.
in the middle of the week. Then basically what you would have saw is like he would have been on the ground, like semi unconscious, his hair doing the Doc Brown thing.
No.
You know, he's got some kind of scorching marks on his hands where he just held on to the item too long. No, superficial damage.
Yeah, she would have
but
helped. She would have helped
but
him
he
up.
would be, he would be like twitching and uttering like random quotes. Like. Saying anywhere from like the In-N-Out menu, secret menu for like no particular reason, to like, the quantum effects of, dripping water, on sand, or something stupid. Just random elements just kind of coming out or so often before you got a chance to recover.
That would have been fun.
And scripts from Family Matters.
Right.
Yes.
Just all the things he's memorized during his life.
I was hoping at least he like yelled out the curse in binary or something.
011 was
Oh no.
He was about to say he got to FU. I'm not sure what the rest was.
Did Hyperion just scream in dial-up?
Oh, that'd be great.
Be like, Helios, can you translate?
He said, "Ow."
Pulsar,
Yeah.
Pulsar yells from down the hallway. I'm on the phone. Sorry.
Hang it up.
Get off the phone. I'm using it.
Close your door.
Sorry, I need 2 pizzas.
All right. So he's So that happened. So unfortunately, we don't have those thingies. But we got other things. Let's see here. And also, so then during the week, probably on a few different days, he would have taken each individual teammate somewhere. He would have taken them on a drive. The first one he probably would have done is he would have taken Shone on a drive to this high rise. He would have taken her up to like one of the topmost penthouse like condo areas. It would have been like, I'd like you to show you something. Opens it up, shows that it's like, it's got furnishings and stuff, looks great. It's got a great view of the city. There's like some clothes in the closet and all that jazz. And then he hands you a set of keys. Says,
"Oh, she'd
This
be
is
going,
paid
oh, this
for."
is mine. This is mine. This is mine. Ooh.
It's even near like the shopping district and all that stuff.
Oh, she would be in heaven. She died.
He would have taken Xenofreeze to a different place, a luxury home in Strongford. And these are all in Strongford, of course. Would have done the same thing for him, essentially. But he has a large basement, so he can convert that into like a science-y laboratory workshop type thing if he wants. And it's like underground, so it's well hidden. And he would have made sure to take also Red Arsenal and Pulsar to different high-rises, and they would have each also had condos paid for. They get keys. So you guys have...
I'm on Oprah.
You're gonna have. So he's made sure that everyone's homed, but he would not have done that for Lightbringer. The last, probably close to the end of the week, he would have made sure to take her to the Quantum Unlimited offices and we'd like walk into a conference room, and there'd be several people there, some of which probably wouldn't have seen, but they're all professional, and there's like paperwork and whatnot. And he would explain that he would want her to become the vice president of Quantum Unlimited.
Oh, wow.
And
Talk
there's,
about
It's Christmas.
yeah, for real.
he would
Nice.
he'd explain there's a few reasons for this. One, because of all the great work that's been going on, and the recent white paper that you submitted that's going to put Quantum Unlimited on the map as far as that amazing technology. Two, if anything should happen to Hyperion, if he loses his status as like the founder, owner, president, you would then inherit the presidential role so that the company kind of stays within the family. And then to that point, he would have then, that's when some of the other people in the conference room would have explained that they're like with a legal firm, and he would want to open up a trust where Lightbringer would be the trustee who inherits anything that he owned before whatever happened to him happens to him. So if he were to die, if he goes missing for an extended period of time and seems like he's just gone, if his rights get taken away because people find out he's a machine and not a human, anything like that, then Lightbringer inherits his belongings. That way they don't disappear, and he trusts her with taking care of all of that.
That's cool.
Wow.
That's better than a condo.
Cool. I mean, she lives in a house that's rented at the moment.
Wow.
And she shares it with
You get to use the
Sagan
company
and her
car.
roommate.
Yeah, that was another thing. You had a roommate, and you already
Yeah.
lived somewhere, so it was like, okay,
We're doing okay.
right.
And it's only going to
Um,
get better once this
You
research
get
takes off, so-
access to the black card. Oh my god!
Oh no.
Sean will have to get used to not hearing Helios play music in the morning.
Right.
I mean, maybe you can install your own Helios in your own
Yeah.
house.
Since technically that's being sold now for T drives and what have you, there's probably have there been any like commercials or anything for that made yet, Jerome, as
Oh,
far
not
as
yet.
like
No, it's
advertising? No,
Way
okay,
too early for that.
way
yeah.
too early. Okay,
So does she have a smart condo then with Helios?
maybe not yet, since Helios is like we're just starting to work on like marketing that and trying to like mass produce that stuff, but it is finished because Helios is finished. He just had to pare down his capabilities so that he's not going to like break laws for people or anything like that because they ask him to. But like he's going to be, something that we all would have loved back in 1995. Well, that's going to exist for people now who buy computers, and so that will be in the works.
I was going to say, that's a great idea. Maybe we should just have each have a Helios in our home, and then
Yeah.
maybe link it to the main Helios. And then I was like, oh, duh, we have comms. We already,
Yeah. We've got the
have-
original Helios.
yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we have the
Maybe
Helios
that's-
that breaks laws for us.
Yeah. OG Helios.
Mhm.
I mean, if you need a new Helios to put on the coffee every morning,
Yeah.
We should
Whatever,
call it
that's,
Helios
yeah.
XP. Everyone else gets Helios 10. Real quick, Dale, did Xenofreeze also get a condo?
He got a luxury single family home within
Oh, okay.
Strongford, and it has a large basement that he can turn into whatever he'd like.
Okay. I was typing things out. I wrote Xenofreeze got taken to a basement with a
He was never seen from again.
That's funny.
that's why he's not here today, huh?
Yes. This is
They
the
made,
beginning
they
of
made little
Hyperion's evil arc.
Xenofreeze stand in a corner and just left him.
Yeah.
He put his
Um,
bucket in the corner.
Get in the bucket.
Is that where he sleeps?
He could sleep anywhere now. He's got all the rooms he needs. His place would have been all your places. All you guys' places are furnished, of course, with nice items and things.
He'll be excited. He has his own bathtub.
Yeah, it's his now.
He doesn't have to sleep in a bucket.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah, and you guys would have known that he was busy doing other things. He tested his power stunt as well, and he's doing really well. Seems like he almost has that perfected. He probably would have mentioned that. He's very close to being able to do the hard light copies, is what he's calling them. That can physically interact with things. He's very close to perfecting that. And yeah, he would have mentioned he was going to like access other things like the Dexamite blaster and the Tavaxian communicator that were both broken, but within the trophy room of the vein. But he's going to work on that when he's got the time. Everything else was more important. Yeah. And so then trying to get in contact with Kane Walker to see if he's a good fit for the team, and setting up when we can actually demonstrate Cook's theory of interdimensional relativity to the scientific community and the world, and organizing that.
Yeah, and Sean would have been trying to gain access to the storage unit.
Electrum's storage thingy?
Yep.
That's right.
How do you plan on getting into it?
They don't have the keys.
No.
You know, she would have used. Hold on. She would have used.
Obfuscate.
She would have tried to use her teleport sense and teleport in.
Inside the container.
Inside, yes.
So she wants to see if she can sense if she can even be in there first and then teleport in the container?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll. That would be your psyche at this point.
Okay. I'm re-rolling.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I'm trying to get into
Be
Dad's
nice.
special closet.
Well, at least it wasn't a 1.
Well, yellow feet.
Okay. So you focus for a bit, and your gut tells you probably not a safe idea.
So is it just a padlock on it, or is it, how's it locked?
That's a padlock.
You know, she would have called
It's a thick
Hyperion.
one, but yeah, it's just a padlock.
she would have called Hyperion. Actually, she would have went and got Hyperion and teleported them back and asked him to break the lock with his super strength.
Well, he would look at the lock first to see if that would even be possible. Does it look like it's human technology, or does it look like it's okay?
Got a big Master Lock logo right at the bottom.
Yeah, okay. So he just pulls that and it just shatters easily because Master Lock. We all know Master Lock's terrible.
Yeah. So there's just a little bit of a strain, and you hear some grinding of metal, and snap.
Oh yeah, she's gonna open that baby up.
Okay. Almost all the way to the wall, or to the door itself, nothing but letters.
Wow.
Okay. So grab a
some
couple.
of them are bundled up like in twine or whatnot and kind of shoved in there. Others are in like cardboard boxes, like
I'll
the
grab
organization wasn't great, but
Yeah,
it's all fan letters.
Oh really? Okay. Well, yeah, she would have grabbed, a bundle and started looking at it.
Okay, yeah. The first bundle you grab, the stamp date, like right on the very top, is the early 80s. It's like 83.
Do these look like they were ever opened and read, or are most of them like still in their envelopes and things like
Most
that?
of the ones you look at, like in the front, It's about 50-50, but there are clearly some that were opened. Yes.
Okay. Gotcha.
This is all letters.
Fan mail. Clearly, he didn't have time to go through all of it, but he did go through seemingly around 50%.
I mean, you can see some talk about like just in the front, like many of them are from kids who idolized him, and comments like, you're the bestest, or saw you at such and such place, flying over, wanted to send a letter to say hi and thank you. Some pretty basic stuff. There's some other things in there about how some people felt inspired by what he did, and they went on to become like a cop, or they joined the military to try and make a difference, or they became a first responder. Others are kids asking for something from Christmas, kind of superimposing their desires of Santa Claus like onto him, even though he's never portrayed that. It's
Right.
just it's one of those things like, okay, well, if he's real, maybe Santa's real, and so and you can see like occasionally, like when you get close to December, there's like bundles like twined up where it looks like several thousand kids tried to hit him up for Christmas or whatnot. So those were kind of filed together. Again, the filing not great,
Right.
and it's all just kind of packed in here and whatnot. But yes,
Okay.
there is easily, just in the paper and the envelopes alone, you can, just looking at this, there's probably about 4 tons worth of letters.
Wow.
Yeah, she without really it's I don't want to metagame. She wouldn't exactly know that it's just all letters. So she is going to slowly go through everything
Oh yeah.
in hopes that she'll come across something. So she's going to be reading a lot of fan mail, and she will probably just organize it as she's going. But so she'll take a big bunch of them back to her condo.
Okay.
And of course, yeah, she'll have to go get a new lock.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to have to find a way to secure it if you're going to do it.
Yeah. No, she would have went and got a new lock.
Yeah.
And she would have given Hyperion one of the keys, and she has one of the keys.
Okay.
So yeah, so she's reading fan mail.
Okay.
And she's kind of learning a little bit, maybe, about her father through the eyes of these others.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, just in spending this week kind of sorting through it, there's comments about like people saying thank you because he stopped and saved a plane from crashing, and helped it limp to the nearest airport or something to so they could be repaired, so saving about 100 lives there. You've got another one, you got a letter that came in all the way from like Africa, where he assisted in helping to make some wells. So these tribes way out in desolate lands had water that they could pull from. Like it's all random, but all of it is apparently selfless acts of just charity and superheroism.
And I think she would start perceiving her father differently. Instead of being so mad at him, I think she would start taking some pride. And
Nice.
as because of what he was doing for others, and kind of inspiring her as well. So I think shown because of the humanity that he was showing, I think that's going to kind of push her more in that direction.
Okay.
She's going to become the Princess Di of superheroes, I guess.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, she would be telling them too. Oh my gosh, listen to this. Listen to what our father did.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Nice.
because she'd be start taking pride in her heritage on his side.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very cool.
What is Pulsar doing this time now, with his week of downtime and suddenly getting his own place?
I think Pulsar probably doesn't really know what to do with himself. Like his his thing was, all right, got to deal with the recorders, but that seems to be kind of taken care of for the moment, unless there are other like readings of like recorder activity or anything in the nearby.
Nope. Not
No?
not during this week. No.
Okay. And yeah, then I guess he's probably been pretty antsy. I don't know where he's been living, but he's probably just been flying around on patrol, just doing something during the day, just because he doesn't have a job. He doesn't really have anywhere else to go, so he's just kind of keeping himself busy. So yeah, just regular patrols of the city. If something,
memorize all the neighborhoods and street names and introduce yourself to all the other local.
Give him gold
Controllers.
pieces.
yeah, I don't.
Gold pieces?
Here's a gold piece for you.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I don't know if he's that diligent about it, because I think Pulsar is very much like kind of a person who has like, okay, well, here's my goal, but now that the goal is accomplished and a new one hasn't kind of appeared, he's kind of like, it's like being at ease, like, and it's like, all right, well, now what do I do? So he's got to find something to occupy himself with. I don't know if he also doesn't know if he's going to be staying in the region either, just because he is pulled by this force within him to go and fight these things and to hopefully do some like world level good. So yeah, he's just kind of for the moment just kind of flying around, but I don't know if he's like memorizing, like, he's not Batman where he's going to be like memorizing like, oh, I know exactly where this street lets out into.
Okay.
But yeah, I think he's just been kind of like, unless they contact him, he's just kind of flying around, keeping to himself, especially because like, yeah, he doesn't have any money, so he also probably feels kind of weird being like, hey, can I bum like $5? But yeah.
Okay. We know Red Arsenal's probably working with this new toy.
Oh boy, he is not going to sleep. And he's in that danger room, and he's got Meathead and Sledgehammer, and he's going to town. Going to town.
Okay.
And since Sean and Lightbringer are no longer in the vein, they don't know that. Ha ha ha. Helios, don't tell them anything.
Lightbringer, what are you doing during the week?
I've been training martial arts, and also probably helping Hyperion on any of his inventions that he needs help on.
Okay.
Can I get in on the martial arts training?
Sure.
Yay!
Well, especially with your bow, you would have needed to like train with that, so that probably would have been a good idea.
Nice. More family bonding time, yay!
Okay, so at the end of that week time lapse, and after everybody has been giving their keys to the kingdom, so to speak, after all of that has come together, Helios comes back and indicates that his scan is complete as of this point. He has found no other signs of any additional Dexamite sites as per using the parameters of the one that they have located. Okay. He will continue to monitor sporadically to see if that changes, and does cite that some of this scanning that he's attempting to do can be thwarted by the magnetic fields of the sun. So when there's solar flares, it could interfere with what he's attempting to do.
Okay. All right then. So none of those. All
Have
right.
we been in contact with Mr. McLaren about all of these new things? That we're working
Hyperion.
on?
I mean, Hyperion would have been looping him in on like all the new things, yeah, because he's the main business partner.
Right.
So he knows about, Helios. Obviously, we're working on that right now. He knows about the heal liquid, and we would probably be starting to mention the conduit system that would prove Lightbringer's scientific theory, because of course that would be a fantastic transportation device. But yeah, we still have to actually demonstrate that. And he would have explained this to everyone else as well, that he has, with Lightbringer's help, he already has a version of this, and he calls it the conduit, the cyclic omni nth dimensional universal interspace transporter. And it's effectively the interdimensional portal that that we had made earlier to escape that one dimension, but pared down and actually installed in himself, and he uses his own internal power plant to run it. And he used some of Lightbringer's calculations to make sure that he can make not just interdimensional portals, but interspatial portals now. So it's a form of like teleport using a portal. He hasn't really like field tested it as of yet, but he's confident that it's gonna be able to do what it needs to do. So figures that that could be the way that we demonstrate its use, because otherwise we would need to like hook it up to like a nuclear power plant or something to actually activate the portal. So we just have to, I guess, coordinate with Donovan and Kane Walker if again we hire him to actually figure out how to show that and demonstrate that. Because right now it's just a theory, and like apparently a bunch of the scientists of the world are like, I don't know if that's real or not. This is weird and strange and confusing, because it's galaxy brain advanced.
Right.
So yeah. So then, would we have been able to get in contact with Mr. Walker?
Oh, 100% during that time frame. Yeah.
Cool.
So he will agree to take you on as a client, so we can start marketing this. Anything, of course, you're sending his way. Yeah, he's just all in. That's kind of his job. He's got to market it as being like the latest greatest thing, and he knows some of the tricks as far as advertising is concerned, like who he can accidentally leak this to as like the next big thing. And what he does explain is some of these new tech items can be marketed to the rich first, who are more likely to purchase it if they realize it's more of an exclusive thing at first. So it's a slow build. Obviously, you can't just throw it out there and expect everybody to be able to afford it. Right. But for some of these more important tech, that's the direction he's going to go with it. It's like, oh, but have you seen this thing? It's like all of a sudden when liposuction was a thing, or when this miracle drug was a thing, it's like those people who had the money and had their ear to the ground for that sort of thing are like, oh, I want that. How much is it? $1,000? Oh, no problem.
Right.
And just drop the money on it. And next thing you know, word of mouth starts trickling around, and there you go.
Cool.
Wait, so is he taking on our team, or is he taking on Quantum Unlimited?
Well, if you're throwing him the tech, then obviously he's going to have to work with
because I'm just having a hard time keeping straight. Like, there's a lot of crossover.
Yes.
That
ideally
I
you guys were trying to get
for
him
anonymity needs
Right.
to be just clarified.
Ideally, you were trying to get him for PR for the team and marketing and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're looping him into some of these other tech items through Quantum Unlimited, he can do that. But obviously, that's a little bit different of a thing.
Hmm.
I mean, because he wouldn't like know our personas.
No.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was starting to get kind of
Yeah.
confused. It's like, well,
We would have
so-
interviewed him as our alter egos.
Okay. Well, then, do we want him to be involved in any Quantum Unlimited business, or do we want a different PR person for that? Because we are kind of, we're obviously intertwined in both worlds ourselves, so it's tough to kind of separate them.
I would guess that McLaren probably has his people that are used to handling that sort of thing. Maybe he can just loop one of his people in to handling the PR and the marketing.
I think that would be safer. That way he doesn't accidentally find out who we really are.
Okay.
So are you doing that? So you're talking about McLaren here at this point, and his company. Are you talking about the tech, or are you talking about you as superheroes? Because that's not something.
About the tech.
Right,
On the
okay.
tech side, we'd use McLaren.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Although, I mean, out of character, frankly, I think it's just a matter of time before a lot of these people put two and two together.
Yeah, but we can hold on to that dream for as long as possible. Okay, cool. So then
Glasses worked for Clark Kent for many, 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 many years.
It's true. It's true. We might just all need to wear some glasses,
Let's
Hey,
go.
that's what Miranda does.
Yeah.
She has her glasses.
Okay, so then Kane Walker, we would, so then we're using him as just the PR person for the legacy.
Right.
So yeah, we probably would have teleported him into like our base so that he sees like what we're about and all that stuff. What would we know like what his initial plans would be as far as like marketing the team, or does he explain how he goes about doing that for clients generally
so
for a
Kane?
superpower? Yeah. Mhm.
So first things first, then what he is going to do as your PR guy is he's going to start taking some informal polls and paying to have marketing scheme, like where are you guys popular at, what the common person on the street has to say. And then once he's got a lot of those details, he's going to know, okay, well, here's what we need to address. Here's what looks bad. Here's what looks good. Here's where you're strongest. So if you're going to make some sort of announcement as a team, here's where you want to do it at. It just a very methodical sort of way of doing it, much like somebody who was a pro sports player, like, oh, well, this is your target demographic. This is who you test well with, that sort of thing. So he's going to be collecting all that data first, and then take it from there to find out, okay, what we can do to address this, how we can tackle this issue, and so on and so forth.
Okay. So right now we're waiting for a call from him essentially, and once he's got all that data.
Yeah. At this point, he's put the feelers out, and he's waiting for
Results.
He's waiting for his result, the test results to come back, and he has several of them out right now. It's not just one area. It's like he's gone Eastern Seaboard, he's gone Midwest, he's gone Northwest, Southwest, the South, so on and so forth. Like sending
Regionals.
Sending out a lot of test, or potential test marketing in those areas to see how everything is going.
Nice.
Lightbringer would also have made sure that he knew about her connection to Reich Shield, and also probably offered him the contact of the Minister of Entertainment. So in case they wanted to work out any merchandising, they could kind of double team that.
Yep, sure.
Legacy the breakfast cereal. Legacy the flamethrower.
Kids love this one. Okay, well, as you are doing that, and of course, Shone is rummaging through all of the letters off and on and whatnot. Obviously, there are some other things left unsaid that are on the table that you guys haven't actually tackled yet. So it's up to you, win or if you do. You do hear in the news that the base on the base on the moon has been completed. To very mixed feelings, but because of everything that has taken place, the UN has given tacit approval and is not standing in the way. And there's some international effort right now to attempt to make this not just a New Prussia thing.
Okay.
So, political pundits are saying, everything is still very tense because the premise of this went up without, any sort of UN approval, so on and so forth. So, but the fact that New Prussia was forward about it at first, which that's starting to leak out that they first tried to address this with the United States. That is sort of easing some of the political tension. There's people out there that still don't like it, but it's starting to resemble Germany's buildup of the military post World War II. There's still some people around that time frame who are like, no, I don't care if they're called East Germany and these guys are West Germany. It's still Germany. They remember what happened. So it's going to take a while for some of that tension to go down.
Jerome, for the notes,
But it seems to be working.
Jerome, for the notes, who built the moon base?
New Prussia.
New Prussia? Okay. Right. Just double checking.
Yep.
So the US/UN made them put the bill for the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Where do things stand with the Legion?
Justice Legion?
Yeah, them.
They've been on...
It's not Legion of Superheroes, it's something else.
Yeah, they have been on a media blitz as of late, helping to rehab their... helping to perceivably rehab their image. They've been spotted in several hotspots around the world, assisting with like a sinking ship, dealing with extra dimensional creatures that appeared, out of nowhere, sort of thing, and putting a stop to them. So they're going around doing the superhero thing.
So they did take a ding for the New Prussia gig.
Oh, they most certainly did.
Okay.
Unfortunately, both the UN and the UN forces and the United States took a hit. The problem there is that the United States basically had to deny any involvement. And while accurate, people are still going to look at that and go, but that's your team. How the heck did you not know? Even though they legitimately got left in the dark. So that has perceivably caused some strain between the Justice Legion and the United States. So that's one of the reasons why, obviously, they're going around and trying to do the Boy Scout thing.
Okay. And we haven't had any interface with them, have we?
No. Oh, and then
does Kane Walker think that we should at some point?
No.
Okay.
Not right now. No, let more time get past that. That, he doesn't know all the details, but he knows an ugly divorce when he sees one. And that is the most polite way to put that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe there's time for some hugs and kisses or makeup or whatever have you afterwards, but right now, no. Let them go work on them. You guys keep doing you, and then maybe you can pass in a hall someplace and just say sup.
Yeah. Nice. All right.
Jimmy's is starting to make headlines, even though nobody knows where exactly it's at. it has been making the news as the world's first superhero bar, where superheroes go to kick off their boots and be amongst their own kind. So, of course, individuals like Tony Pope are railing against that sort of thing. They shouldn't be promoting alcoholism, amongst superheroes. And there's rumors that supervillains occasionally get in. He's like, this shouldn't be a thing. There should be, some sort of checks and balances and blah 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 blah. And so very mixed feelings about it. Trending slightly positive.
We know how to get there, right?
One of the portals, yes.
And it is where?
In Strongford.
Where?
Sean would have totally known where this place was.
Okay, so I mean, maybe we should go and check it out. I don't remember if Lightbringer's been. I think she has not.
You think a double date?
That could be fun.
Yes, a double date.
You're being left at home.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see. Well, yeah. Since that week is about up, if Jimmy's is a place where we can go, or that we can actually check it out to see if we can talk to other superheroes, it's probably be a good opportunity to do that.
Oh yeah, she would have went and got her bow and be gone.
It feels like we've had a busy week. It's a good opportunity to kick back a little.
Sure.
Does Pulsar have to get a job?
That's a great question to ask in character.
How are you at tending bar?
How are you at baking?
Yeah, do like Joan does and fake it.
And baking.
She has an office, but she doesn't do anything.
I mean, I can talk to plants, and I have fire generation, which tells
good.
me
Then you can ask the flower how best to knead it.
Yeah. Is yeast a plant? Is yeast? No, yeast is a bacteria. Dang.
Yeah.
Is bacteria small plants?
No.
No germs.
Dang it. Oh. Okay. Well, I could knead
You would
the
need
dough.
to partner up with Germ Boy if you were going to do it.
Germ Boy. Okay, I'm writing them down.
She kind of looks like Pigpen.
And so, as an FYI, Shelley, the Revengers at this point are currently busy.
Oh, her bow is busy?
Yes.
Oh, she'd be sad.
When did we last see Bitter Shadows?
Over a week ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did
Last
you guys
time was
do your
literally at
date?
the. Well, the date was that night.
Yeah, New Year's.
That was the New Year's
Eve.
dance?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So your contract is fulfilled.
Technically, yes.
Did you also buy her a condo?
No.
Well,
Not
She's
yet.
just gonna steal her own.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
She's probably sneaking into his.
Just go home one day.
no.
How long have you been here?
Yes.
Forever.
I'm sure she's keeping tabs through the shadows.
Especially the bitter ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then is there a way that we can find this Jimmy's superhero bar in Strongford? Is it relatively obvious where it is, or are we going to have to
No,
figure that out?
It is a undisclosed location.
Okay.
Lightbringer does know somebody who has been there. It did come up
Great,
in conversation. Yes, it did come in conversation with Sledgehammer.
Is it a good idea for us to go to this place?
What are your misgivings?
Don't we have a media person who is trying to see how we, test in the whatever demographic and stuff? Like, if this bar is getting kind of, do you think maybe we should run it by him?
Are you worried about people like Tony Pope? Because he will be on you for wearing the wrong color shoelaces.
I mean, I don't wear shoelaces, but it's more of like, do we want to give our, like, if this guy has a problem, do we want to give him more reason to, go after us?
See this face? This is a face that doesn't care about Tony Pope and his opinion.
I think it would be really nice to interface with some other heroes and kind of, I mean, back when we were planning the moon base with New Prussia, the idea was that we needed to sort of foster a coalition of heroes so that we had more people to help assist when interplanetary threats come to Earth. I think that's still a good idea.
I agree.
Oh, it reminds me, Jerome, did we ever find out what the Sentinels of Liberty were up to since they had made their way to New Prussia and we didn't find out what their overall mission was?
They were basically a part of helping to calm everything down. Because Justice Legion and the Guardians kind of walked themselves into a pretty bad position. So they were there just in case, for whatever reason, like New Prussia didn't release the people, or if somebody else got uppity and started fighting again, sort of thing. So they were there kind of as a policing force to try and reel everybody back.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, then Hyperion would be like, do any of you happen to know where we could find this Jimmy's?
I don't, but I know Sludge was talking to me about it. I can ask him if he knows where it is.
That'd be excellent. Assuming the rest of you would like to actually visit it, speak with other superheroes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm really curious what it's like.
I am too.
I don't feel one way about it, but I'll go if you guys want me to go.
Yeah, come on.
I think it'd be good for you. Socialize a little.
I'm not very good at that.
It takes practice.
Okay, so Lightbringer will go in another room and place a phone call to Sledge.
Okay. So.
Oh wait, he's on comms too, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Well, I've already said it. We'll just go with the phone.
Sure. So phone ends up ringing. Then you hear a click over. And then you hear this. Then you hear like a something like slam and kind of explode. And then you hear this. Hello.
Hey. Are you in the middle of something?
Sorta. I totally didn't realize Wraith connected this. I guess he bounced the phone over to the comm. Hang on, and you hear something like fly by real quick, and then you hear him yell back, "No, I didn't mean to hit that building. I got startled. Stand still." And you hear something like connect again, and then reverberate nearby. And he says, "Okay, yeah, I got a couple seconds. Hey, what's up?"
Do you need any help? Are you
Oh,
handling it?
with this clown? No, I got it. I just wasn't expecting to have a phone in my ear all of a sudden. I'm gonna have to fix part of the bank. It's no problem. I'm sure it's good. My sledge just kind of took some marble.
Sorry about that. Hey, you mentioned Jimmy's, that bar, a little while ago. Do you know where the portal is?
I've never been to it, but yeah, Ray told me where it was.
My team wants to go check it out.
Oh,
Maybe you want to
okay.
meet us over there?
Give me
When
about
you're
15.
finished?
I need
I
to.
mean-
And he pauses for a second. Okay, yeah, he's unconscious. I need to make sure this guy is taken care of, and the hoplite guys get him like fastened away.
Yeah, of course, of course. Where can you tell me where the entrance is?
Oh yeah, and he gives you an address. I don't know exactly what it is, but I guess it's supposed to be pretty inconspicuous. So if you can do your hide thing for the rest of the team, that'd probably be for the best.
Oh, of course. Okay, great. Well, hopefully I'll see you soon.
Okay, yeah. And then before he hangs up, because he doesn't know how to hang up, from what this is going on, you hear him say, "No, I don't know. He was calling himself Rock Guy," and then it disconnects.
So she'll rejoin the others and say, I've got an address. Sounds like we're supposed to be inconspicuous, so I'll go ahead and hide us when we're headed over there.
So are we teleporting or what are we doing?
Well, do you know this? You know this address?
What's the chance that she would know where it's at?
Nope.
Okay, I guess we're.
Is there?
We could teleport nearby.
I was gonna say, you know anything that's nearby that we've been to?
There is a 7-Eleven you guys have passed by and gone to on occasion when you've needed donuts. About 2 blocks down.
Okay.
Oh, it's only 2 blocks down.
Yeah, we can
That's
just
doable.
walk from there.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I could, I guess, teleport us into the alley behind the building.
Excellent.
Sounds good.
So she'll apply her lipstick and then poof.
Okay. So teleport the whole team to this location. So there's a brief moment where you guys are visible and then you disappear, of course, from view. A Domino's delivery car like swerves real quick, and the driver's like looking around, and of course doesn't see anything, but thought he saw something. The advertisement, for Bigfoot Pizza, on the side.
That's right.
All right, so we will head to the address and look around.
So you walk at this point, kind of following along. This particular section of town is actually north of Fairview. So it's depressed, but not to the extent that you see like a bunch of homeless or whatnot. It's clear that it's struggling because like every other shop that you would pass by has it's been closed or permanently for whatever reason. It's not trashed, but it is struggling in this particular section of town. And as you walk down, and careful to not walk, walk and step over anybody who happens to be walking in your direction, kind of moving around them as they come by. You walk down the street and get to the address, and the address itself looks like it used to be. It used to be an old like hotel.
Oh.
That could probably, it's got a sign out front right now. It's like, purchase now, right? rental property, apartments, that sort of thing. Like they're trying to revitalize some of the places here, which ideally, if it was purchased and this area started getting more business back, it would probably be prime real estate for people who are wanting to live here. But be it as it may, it's not in terrible shape. The windows, they actually haven't been broken or anything, but they haven't been wiped in a while, so it's got kind of a muck about it or whatnot. Not quite very clear. The doors, of course, has a lock on it, so that it doesn't look like anybody can just readily get inside.
I will go and knock on the door. See what happens.
Okay.
Oh, Jerome, as soon as we got close to the place, like Pulsar is gonna cover his face and like he's gonna put on the suit, but just with like no energy in it.
Sure.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be seen.
Oh, no problem. You are invisible anyway, so.
Oh, sweet.
Lightbringer, can you reach out with your little feelers?
Sure, I'll try that. I will do an empathy check.
Okay. Roll your psyche.
White.
All right. So you're picking up the city around you. It's hard to determine, where anything directly. You've run into this before. Sometimes in the big city, it can be hard to narrow down the focus because there's just so many people around. So that's what you're encountering right now.
Can I roll a reason check?
I'm sorry, for what?
Just to see if I could lock out what.
Well, it wouldn't be reason. You can attempt another psyche check in about 15 minutes.
Well, but like if I could reason what sort of disguise they might have put on the entrance.
Well, you knocked on it, so it's clear that there's no disguise.
Jerome, can I use my thermal vision and see if I can detect anything? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and use your intuition then.
White feet.
Nice.
Okay.
So it is, of course, still pretty warm out. And since the building doesn't have any obvious air conditioning going on in it, you just kind of get this blob of, of residual heat.
Can
So I was
Red?
gonna. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Red Arsenal wants to check the windows. Are there any windows that are like unlocked?
No,
Yeah, she was just gonna try the door.
The front windows at the very front they're solid. You can't open them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's just gonna try the door. See if
Okay.
it's locked.
Yeah, it's locked.
Hyperion
And then
is
you
gonna
end up seeing Sledgehammer like drop down in the street and take a minute, kind of adjust himself and reattach his sledgehammer to his back, sort of thing, and just kind of start looking around.
He doesn't just stick it in his
Pants.
His back pocket.
quantum field.
Not right now, no.
Isn't he just so cute?
Yeah.
I think she's
Ooh.
biased.
Murders. Rape,
Hyperion, do you think you can send in one of your copies?
Actually, let me see what else I can do. And he's going to use his penetration vision to see if he can just look through to see what's on the other side of the door.
Yeah, go ahead.
They're
Also,
sitting here
an
trying to do all
intuition
this stuff.
check.
It's probably something just really simple.
There's a doorbell.
Speak,
Yeah.
friend, and enter.
Yep.
Green feet.
Okay.
Open sesame.
So you look in, do your penetrative vision, and kind of looking around. You see one person kind of doing some pencil flips, just kind of
Okay.
bored, but he's pretty darn skilled. Maybe he was a drummer in another life or something. He's got his feet kicked up on a a desk, and he looks like he's just watching some TV with rabbit ears.
Okay. Then seeing just that, he'll go ahead then and generate a copy. He'll make this one intangible inside the building next to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And see if that gets a
You just
response
appear,
out of him.
or do you walk around the corner?
Well, because we're all still currently cloaked outside this door, right?
Yeah.
So since they're cloaked, he's just gonna have the copy just kind of materialize outside of the cloak, but inside. So it'll just like appear inside, right next to this guy.
Oh, okay. So just okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you appear, and he like turns and is completely shocked. Hits a button, and you see some like weapons drop down from the ceiling, sort of thing. Just Jesus.
Not quite, but I'll take that as a compliment. Beyond that, I apologize for scaring you. It isn't quite obvious how superheroes are supposed to access jimmies. This is where we're supposed to be, correct?
And so he stops and looks for a second, and he's like, then he turns and looks at the TV, and he does a snap of his fingers, and you see it looks like it becomes a computer screen, like whoop. It's got kind of like that green and amber kind of look, and then he starts typing something on a keyboard, and he says, okay, so I recognize who you are, but you haven't been here before, it looks like. So you've not spoken to anybody about the protocol and how to get in?
Well, we have spoken to others, but it seems as if the protocol to get in, we don't know. If you'd be willing to let us know, we can do whatever is needed, I suppose.
All right, fine.
Sorry, I didn't get that email.
There's an office you're supposed to go for this sort of thing, but just give me a moment.
Huh.
And so he just reaches over to like a fax machine that looks like it might be plugged in or whatnot, and he just instantaneously rips something off. And it's basically it's a form like you would see if you were joining like a membership group, like a Costco or something like that. And he just sets it down on the countertop.
So we need to literally submit paperwork to be accepted to a bar.
Yeah, did nobody tell you how this works? That's kind of how the security is kept and whatnot.
Wow. Well then, one moment. And so then his physical self, Hyperion, back outside, is going to turn to everybody and be like, well, there's apparently some sort of procedure that we need to accomplish typically. He has paperwork for us to sign. It's very secure, apparently. Did Sledgehammer tell you anything about this?
Who is the paperwork submitted to?
Yeah, and as you're doing that, you see like Sledgehammer like looking around. He's like, okay, I heard my name, but I don't see anybody.
Oh, Carmen will go and like hug him around the waist while she's invisible, and then like simultaneously loop him into the.
Okay, yeah. For a moment
the
there,
bubble.
like half his body kind of disappears. It's like, whoa! and then as you kind of envelop him in it, he's like, oh. Man, I've never seen it from that side before. That is trippy.
So apparently we need to fill out like a membership. Did you hear anything about that?
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't mention that. Sorry. And so he walks up to he's like, is this the door?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, so he walks up to what would normally be the lock, and he starts like looking around and kind of like messing with it and whatnot, and he says, "Aha!" And the lock actually falls down, and there's a key code there, like a keypad. It looks almost exactly like an actual just physical like padlock.
Okay.
And so he's like, "Oh yeah, here it is." He says, and his big fingers is like he was like, "Ugh," kind of like trying to push the button sort of thing. And then then you hear literally like the sound of a magnetic lock releasing, and so he just kind of pushes the door open.
All right.
Yeah, you can peek in.
Okay.
And so he like leans over. And he says, we're going in. You may want to make yourself visible just in case."
Right.
Well, I mean, once we step inside, I'll turn it off.
Okay. So you step inside and and shut the door. At this point the guy comes like looking out from around the corner, and now he sees all of you there, and he's like, "All right, hold on a second." He goes back in there, and you hear like tractor feed, but quickly, not like the normal slow, but you're like dot matrix. So it's like dot matrix but sped up. And then he's like, and you hear pages being slapped down on a counter, and as you guys come around on the inside, there's like all old kind of contracts sitting there, and there's a ballpoint pen sitting on the top waiting for you.
Nice.
Is there anything in the questionnaire that's like unusual or that we would take issue with?
I was gonna say, what's on it?
It literally is just a membership application like you would get from like Costco or something, with the exception of the fact it's not asking for like personal information like your address and blah 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 blah. It's but it reads like, okay, superhero name, super team if any, known super aliases, like if you've gone by another superhero name at any point in time.
Physical description.
Yes. What your costume might look like. Then there's another spot on there like known arch villains.
Nice.
In case
Oh my
you
gosh,
have,
is it big enough to put everybody?
But then otherwise it just has some basic dimensions like height, weight, like you said, physical description, so that they know who it is. There's some rules down at the bottom. Pretty much what it comes down to is like, don't start a fight in the bar. Don't break things. That's not what the place is there for. The location is supposed to be secret for a reason. If at any point in time it comes out that you have committed some sort of crime or whatnot against another country, your access can be revoked immediately without notification. And then there's a 10% charge for membership fee for the, and it's charged yearly. So this, of course, helps keep the establishment going, as well as discounted for drinks and food items.
Can Pulsar afford this membership?
Considering your resources, probably not.
I'm sure we can spot you.
Yeah.
Pulsar goes home.
Oh no!
No!
Come back!
No!
Well, it was a good run, guys, but paperwork.
This is a team building exercise.
Yeah, we'll just put it on the corporate card.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
just put it on the corporate card.
Corporate card?
That's metaphorical.
Yeah, it's like the
Legacy does not have a corporate card.
Right.
Yeah,
like
so
the-
I mean,
the-
Sledge just starts signing out, his, at that point in time.
Yeah. Hyperion will start doing the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Same.
Yep. So as you guys get it all done, he snaps his fingers again. You see they all kind of line up into one, like paper stack sort of thing. And he then moves it over to a shelf where they go in and quickly vanish. And he says, okay, well, since that's all taken care of then, right this way. I'm already assuming that you've read everything. If you haven't, too bad. I'm not here to explain all that to you. And to be honest with you, I wasn't expecting, ye old party to show up at my doorstep. Usually just like one or two every so often. So anyways, right this way. He takes you to what is effectively an elevator that would normally take you up to the upper floors. He takes a moment and presses a button, the up button twice. And then the doors open to a hallway.
Interesting. Excellent. Thank you very much. Starts headed down the hallway.
He says, "Oh, and watch your intoxication levels. If you have problems with drinking or whatnot, probably not a good idea that you start drinking a whole lot. There are people that will probably keep you in line. If you are in need of a ride home for any reason, you're going to need to talk to one of the wait staff." Any other questions?
Nope.
What's your name?
I'm Jimmy, employee number 5.
Okay, nice meeting you, 5.
All right. Thanks, Staples. No.
Number 5 is alive.
So at that point, like Sledge kind of steps in, looking around, and of course the door closes. You can hear basically this hallway has the vibe like you're going into a downstairs bar someplace. So the music and whatnot kind of reverberating, down the hall a bit. And as you get closer, it's getting a little bit louder. And just as you start walking up to enter into the bar, Def Leppard, "Step inside, walk this way, you and me, babe. Hey, hey, and it's got on the inside, it's got your old school kind of like neon blues and reds and whites kind of up on the bar and on the side. One says Jimmy's. They've got obvious signs for some of the popular beers at the time. So, I mean, it looks like a high-class bar. The difference is everybody here is in costume.
Wow.
Is it like that one place in City of Heroes?
Yes. That's what it feels like to me.
Kind of, yeah. Mm-hmm. Pocket D, yeah.
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 We're in Pocket J. Wow.
Are there people like dancing on the ceiling?
No.
Oh.
Nothing like that. There is a floor for dancing. They do have a sign for karaoke. So it's like karaoke every Thursday night.
Ooh. Oh man, it's Friday. Oh, we just missed it.
How many people are here, and do we recognize anyone?
No, you don't recognize anybody. There is a bartender. There's some wait staff. None of them are in costume. They just have a very basic looking, uniform. You do see about 5 people here in costume.
Oh, okay.
So there's only 5? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't look too busy.
I have a quick question for you all. How long have you all been superheroes?
Couple of years.
Couple of weeks, months.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very new to this. This doesn't, I don't know, maybe it's just me. This all feels kind of weird.
In what way?
I don't know. No, I'm not like weird and like I'm getting like a vibe like, oh, we should be like careful. It's I don't know, just
Surreal.
yeah, it's just a bar filled with people in costume. Like, I don't know.
Here it's Halloween every day.
Well, I get the feeling this place is pretty new.
No, it's I don't know. It's this life is just weird. Is all. And so I was curious if it was just something I'll get used to, or if I don't know. You all seem like pretty down to be here, I guess.
It's a secret club for superheroes. What's not to like?
But we're adults. Like, don't you think that's weird?
No, it's a cool place.
Why is it weird?
Yeah, why is it weird? I go to regular. I mean, I don't go like this, but I mean, I go to regular clubs.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm not from here. But yeah, I don't know.
It's exclusive.
I'm not from here either, but when in Rome.
Imagine individuals from a financial district who are all wearing the same uniform, the same tie, the same dress, effectively, heading to a bar that they normally frequent after work. This would effectively be the same. You refer to them as costumes, and that they may be, but it's something that they use for their job. their task, just like what we do. So it's just a different venue. Perhaps
Cool.
it doesn't look exactly the same, but I would think it's effectively the same.
I guess I don't know. Maybe it's like, you know, I just feel out of place.
You'll get used
You
to it.
signed a membership. You belong here.
Yeah. But did I use my real name?
You don't.
Your superhero name is, in a way, your real name, because
Yeah.
it's something that identifies you when you are doing what you do.
Well, maybe for you guys, but I don't know. My superhero name is Borrowed, so
So come up with a new one.
no, I like. Well, do they have food here?
Oh.
I don't have any money.
They do.
I'll spot you.
Yeah, you can see that they've got menus on the table, as well as like a drink list and specials and whatnot up on the bar wall.
She's gonna lean into him and just say, "Don't worry about it. Your family. We take care of each other."
Yeah, I've been a part of this family for a week.
So
It's I don't know. Still feels weird.
You have
Finding-
helped us stop an international incident. You've helped us stop machines from another empire. You have actually helped other superheroes in town. I think
you
you
belong.
have an issue with accepting your current role as if you don't see yourself as a superhero.
That's kind of it. Like I don't know.
Is it because you don't know who you are without the pulsar thing?
No, it's I don't know. I don't know what I'm like. I don't know. What have you guys been doing this last week?
Going through fan mail
Training.
from the 80s.
Okay.
So a big kind of rocky guy comes walking up. He's got some pretty sharp looking shoulder pads on, some chains around his wrists. The rock skin is kind of brackish black in color. And he does have a like a cowl that pulls up over his nose sort of thing and rests around his shoulders. And he's pretty big. He's close to the 7-foot mark.
Wow.
And he looks at you, he looks at all of you and he says, "Let me guess, first time here, right?"
Yeah, first time. This is awesome.
Okay, well, find a spot to sit down. Don't crowd the entrance.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Sorry. So she'll just kind of boogie her way over
Hey,
wherever they're going.
what's good here?
And I just put in the Facebook chat what the guy looked like.
Oh, wow, cool.
So Lightbringer will ask him as they're passing by. She'll say, "Hey, what's good here?"
He says, "Well, I don't know. Are you a burger type person? Because their house burger is pretty good. They've got some chicken finger appetizers that that's not really my thing, but other people seem to like it, especially if you're watching your figure, which, whatever." They've got a salad for alternative with a just about any kind of dressing you could possibly want, and then of course all the beers.
Oh, I think I'm going to have the burger and fries with some mayo on the side.
He says, "Okay, well, I'm not a waiter, so you go ahead and go do that."
Shown, by the way.
Oh, right, Urban Defense.
Nice to meet you, Urban. So do you just go by Urban, or do you?
D is fine. UD is fine.
Okay. Nice to meet you, UD.
Good meeting you too.
Where are you based?
And he kind of looks at himself and he says, "Well, if it wasn't obvious, New York."
Oh
Cool.
yeah, I see it now.
He's
Cool.
walking here.
Yeah. I'm walking here. I'm teleporting here. Get out of the way. And he
Cool.
motions
Nice-
he
nice to
motions
meet you.
the bartender, and he says, "First shot on me, the new kids."
Thank you.
And he's kind of does like one of these numbers and goes walking off to a table that he was sitting at. Some other guy was actually sitting there talking. Looked like he was talking to him at one point, and then they get up to start throwing darts. He has kind of a black and red costume with a little bit of a helmet with kind of an orange stripe that goes across. Has batons at his side.
Yo.
Let's see. Okay. All right. So yeah, Hyperion's gonna just find a table or booth that's big enough to seat all of us.
Oh yeah, there's plenty.
Cool. And he'll
And in
he'll
fact, all the booze say specifically reserved for super teams in case they happen to come.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, Joan, she's having a hard time staying still because she's hearing the music.
Well, if the rest of you want to mingle, I can summon someone here to take orders for food. I know
Yeah.
there isn't very many people here yet, but
Burger with everything on it, fries, and a thingy of mayo on the side,
understood.
So I'll try
And a-
those.
and a pina
Chicken.
colada.
Ooh. Ooh.
I'll be watching that.
I won't drink that much here. I'll leave that for my other persona.
Ah, I see.
We still have an image to hold.
We do, especially with our PR agent on our side now. Hopefully that'll make things easier.
Yeah. So I would say maybe just one drink and not go past that.
Very good. Excellent.
Sure.
You want a pina colada?
Yeah, that sounds tasty.
So 2 pina coladas. And she's going to actually grab her sister's arm. She's going to drag her out to the dance floor.
Okay.
Hyperion will go ahead and like summon over a waiter or waitress and start ordering for everybody.
Sure. So waiter comes, walking over to take anybody's orders for food or drink.
Nice.
So as he, as the waiter approaches, starts taking orders for drinks, he says, "So I did want to let you know that we have Irish nachos now special on the menu. So if any of you are interested, that is something we have discounted to try and put out feelers, see if it's something we're going to continue. But otherwise, the menus are in front of you."
What makes the nachos Irish?
They dance a jig.
Yeah, specifically the cheese used is Irish based, as well as it has some layers of corned beef.
Ooh,
Are they?
interesting.
Is it on potatoes or is it on nacho like tortilla chips?
It's actually on tortilla chips.
It would have been better on potato chips. Spuds.
Hyperion will just get himself just one drink. He'll go ahead and have a pina colada too.
Okay.
That's all the rage right now, I guess.
Okay.
Uh,
If you like
just-
pina coladas.
it's just beer here, right? Or
You realize all of them have just ordered pina coladas, and you just
Okay.
asked it's just beer here. Clearly
My-
it's not.
It's near
my,
beer.
my
You can
my
have near
bad.
beer.
I'm just trying to think of what kind of cool drink I could have. Oh, Long Island iced tea.
There you go. Long Island.
Oh,
iced
you're
tea.
supposed to have the one on the beach.
Oh, is that one the heavier one?
Depends on how
This
they're
is
made.
this is a children's show, so I can't say it.
Okay.
It's a children's show.
Oh,
fornication
that
on the
one.
beach. Yeah.
That one. Okay. No, I'll stick to my Long Island.
Or a
iced tea.
screamer.
Long Island iced tea. All right. Pulsar.
I think Pulsar looks at the menu and is probably like, what like are any like I don't know, recommend me something.
Okay, so the waiter says, "What are you feeling? Are you hungry? Not so hungry? Just wanting a snack?"
I guess I'm hungry. I was really more recommendation for a drink. I don't think I've had any of these before.
Oh, okay. So, do you drink often, or is this kind of the first? Yeah, hungry for justice. Yep.
Around the first, so preferably nothing super strong, I guess.
Oh, okay. So then, if that's the case,
Pina colada.
we have some ciders. There's also there's also some near beers that we have on the menu. If that's what you're interested in.
What's a near beer?
He says they don't taste all that great, but they're very similar to O'Doul's, which is supposed to be a beer without the beer in it.
Oh.
Why don't you just start him out with a screwdriver?
What's that?
Orange juice.
Just orange juice?
Mixed drink with orange juice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's light. You
All right.
shouldn't get too much of a buzz off of it.
Have you ever drunk alcohol before, Pulsar?
No.
Then
Yeah.
perhaps something simple for his first time.
Yeah, I think a screwdriver would be about as simple as you can get. Unless you want to try a beer.
Can
I
I
like
have water
bitter
as
stuff.
well?
Absolutely. Did you want water with lemon or lime?
Plain is fine.
Okay. So he takes the order, goes back to go get the drinks. And obviously Lightbringer and Shone, are out in the dance floor kind of doing their thing. And you end up seeing a guy, he just slides right into your booth. His hair is defying gravity straight up. He has kind of like an orange and let me get his picture pulled up again real quick.
So he's dancing with Shone and Lightbringer?
Nope, he's in the he just made himself at home in the booth.
Oh, okay.
His hair is kind of like a bright red. His costume is orange and red. He's on the thin kind of side, but he's got wiry muscles. And he sits down to everybody. He's like, "So, I haven't seen you guys here before."
Yeah, we're new. We're the Legacy.
He's like, "That's right. That's where I remember you guys from. You guys were involved in Argentina, weren't you?"
That's correct. What did you think about that occurrence when it happened?
Oh, what? That you lifted up the rug and Nazis came running out?
Yeah, beyond that, it did seem rather strange. We were actually there for a different mission, but when we found what we found, well, we had to act.
Oh, well, what were you there for specifically? Was it oh, don't tell me, bad travel agent?
Not exactly, at least not for us. We've been trying to locate certain individuals who have been stolen. Have you ever heard of individuals who have been kidnapped and taken to Senia?
Oh, so you're looking into that whole slave ring thing that Blacklight had at one point, or Blackout had going at one point in time. Yeah, aren't you guys from Strongford or something like that?
That's correct.
Know a lot about us. Yeah. What was your name?
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I may not be as popular as you guys. My name's Volume Revolt.
Nice.
And
Nice to meet you, Volume.
I put the picture up in the chat.
Nice.
So let me guess. Sonic powers.
He says, "Bingo."
Nice. That's so cool.
And so he starts like doing one of these numbers with his fingers, and you hear the volume of the music start getting louder and louder.
Mm. Interesting. Huh. Do you work alone or do you work with a team?
No, I'm kind of a loner. I haven't really found a team to really kind of jive with. You know, if that makes much sense.
I see.
Tried out for Justice Legion, didn't make the cut. Oh well. It happens.
What city are you based out of?
Oh, me? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm actually out of Atlanta.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Has anything important or strange happened in Atlanta recently?
Oh, nothing like what you guys have seen. Oh, heck no. Nothing like that. Oh, yeah. Sorry to answer your question. Yeah. I mean, there's always rumors going around about the whole slave trade thing, for deviants and whatnot. But I figured, with New Prussia on the scene, I figured they would have squashed that or something. I don't know. Not into politics.
It does get rather complicated. But so what brings you to Jimmy's? Is this your first time here as well?
Oh, no. I've been here like half a dozen, quarter of another. I don't know what the phrase goes, but yeah. No, I've been here a while. No, me, I figure, I come here enough. I'm going to start meeting some people and, good networking and whatnot.
That is effectively what we were hoping for as well. Apparently, we're here at a not so busy hour, but at least we're making some headway.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what's going on. Sometimes around this time frame, like you get the European heroes that pop in here, occasionally because, time zones and whatnot. But maybe they got something going on or whatnot. Who knows?
Ooh, can we check the news? Is there news here? He's going to start looking for like a television screen.
Okay, yeah, there's no TVs.
Oh.
He says, no, I lucked out at one point. I met up with the Southern Centurions, who are based out of Alabama. So I kicked it around with them for a little bit. They're me compadres, but I haven't got like an official invite or nothing.
Have you come upon any difficult villains that you've had problems defeating?
Oh, good grief! Yeah, I pitched in to help a group deal with the Terror Syndicate.
Ooh, the Terror Syndicate.
Those guys are the real freaking deal, man.
What do they do? What's their deal?
And he's like, okay, well, I mean, I don't know if you know anything about him, but like Empress Claw, she's got like some really like super alloy claws that she can rip through stuff. She doesn't really have superpowers, but she's like super trained. Well, he says, well, kind of like that Red Wing guy over there. Not really superpowers, but one with his body and mind and probably Olympic level athletes. I don't know. He says, but then you got Sergeant Lich, who is this undead guy who is former military, and he's kind of like a no good vigilante with a lot of firearms, but he's undead and smart. And they say like the reason why his weapons don't run out of ammo is because they're charged by magic energy. It's like really creepy. He says then you got Venomtronic. He's like this malformed looking dude who looks like one of those guys from like Lord of the Rings
the bad fantasy guys. I forget what they're called.
The orcs or uruks.
Yeah. Something like that. Just butt ugly in the face and pointy ears and whatnot. He's known for like high tech stuff, and he loves his venoms and poisons. He says then you got the pollinator, who has like stunning pollination, and she can control. If you inhale that pollen, she can kind of control you mentally, and can control like the rapid growth of it and whatnot. She's pretty nasty. I think she's kind of like psionic, maybe through the pollen or whatever have you. Then you got Moonbeam. She's pretty nasty. She's got like energy solar powers and can generate like radiant light. Then you got the Howl, who, as his namesake, he's got sonic howls for, who can kind of stun people. But nah, I kept him on check. His cybernetics ain't got nothing on me. And he says, then they've got Dr. Hurricane, who's of course got like, wind and storm-based powers, in his circuitry suit or whatnot. But yeah, they're something else, man.
We got to go to Atlanta. We got to go.
Sean's going to make her way back to the table since they're probably playing a slow song so her sledge can do their thing.
Oh, okay.
So she'll come back.
Sure.
Pulsar, come on, let's go.
To Atlanta right now?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. At that point, like Volume Revolt was like, because the music changed and got slow, or like, are you guys wanted to dance with one another, or
No, Atlanta.
oh,
I was about to get concerned here for a second.
Oh. You
Hi,
brought
I'm-
out all these
I'm
cool
I'm
supervillains.
Sean.
I'm Volume Revolt. How you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing all right. Oh, sorry. If I'm in your seat, I can get up.
Oh no,
I just slid into the booth and kind of made my way here.
you're good. I'm not ready to sit down yet. So
this-
where are you from?
Atlanta.
So is this like in a dimension of its own? So anybody from anywhere can come in?
Kinda. I don't know like the full story, but yeah, it's like this. It's like this place beyond places, which is why you have to follow one of their portals or whatnot. I think magic has something to do with it. I don't know.
It sounds like a portal. Yeah,
Fascinating.
familiar with that kind of travel. That's kind of cool.
This terror syndicate, did you actually fight them in Atlanta, or was that elsewhere?
Oh yeah, 100%. They were cracking skulls, and I think they were trying to bust somebody out of one of the prisons there. But yeah, I teamed up with some locals, and we kept them in check.
Well, excellent. Well done. We ourselves have been trying to do what we can in Strongford, Colorado. We did just recently stop recorders, these large machines that were actually abducting human civilians.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Like some sort of like stringy hair alien sort of thing, right?
It was interesting, not to go into too much detail, but yes, ancient aliens had these devices set up to gather specimens, aka humans. Fortunately, we managed to find where they were being made and shut them down before they could do more damage. There were even individuals who had been taken, were being experimented on. We managed to retrieve them as well. Not many, but we do what we can.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty stuff.
Hey, weren't the Southwest All Stars looking into that at one point? Like I seem to recall them making the news in Texas, battling some big machine things.
They were. They actually followed that phenomenon all the way to Strongford. And then when we joined in, we used our intellect and prowess to find out where they were actually coming from and stop them at the source.
Cool. So we're not like looking at Mars invasion or anything, right?
Not yet, at least. At least not from those recorder machines.
All right, cool. I can't say I fully understand. Science kind of goes and he does like one of these, but like way over his head because of his hair.
Yeah.
He's like, kind of goes like way over my head. Not that I'm dumb, but I readily admit there's some topics that I don't know a whole lot about.
Perfectly fine. It is rather complicated. But be that as it may, we managed to actually help where we could. But now, since we heard about Jimmy's, we wanted to see what it was like before continuing our activities.
Oh yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean it's kind of slow right now, but no, it's pretty cool, man.
So how long has this been around?
Oh, I don't know. I just I've been going here for a couple months now, so maybe longer. I don't know. I
Wow.
heard some sort of rumor that this is kind of like a restart. I guess there was something in World War II that was like this that was going on.
Oh,
Interesting.
Oh,
so who actually is in charge of this place?
He points to the bartender.
Mhm.
I'm sure there's people like above him, but he has final say when stuff goes down at the bar.
She's just gonna kind of look at Hyperion for a second, but not say anything. But he should be able to tell there's some wheels turning in her head.
Were you wanting to discover who actually owns and operates Jimmy's?
No.
Hmm.
I was kind of hoping that maybe get some information about World War II and some of its occupants.
Well, it depends on if there's any long-lived individuals from that era who still come to, or who now choose to come to Jimmy's. I'm not sure how to go about finding individuals like that, however, especially here.
I mean, we could talk to the bartender.
I was going to say the bartender should probably know if they still have records of. Did they have to fill out applications back then?
Oh, he's like, I don't know.
We'd
I
also
don't
have
think
to
so.
assume that this is a literal continuation of that establishment. Otherwise, if this was completely new, they wouldn't have any records. But
There might be certain individuals.
Has the food arrived?
Yeah.
Okay. Then Sledge and Lightbringer will stop dancing and
Oh, as soon as the
join-
food
join
shows
the
up,
others.
she plops down, takes a couple of French fries, slathers it in the mayo, and shoves it in.
Huh. You put those in mayonnaise.
Yeah.
You realize that
Volume
isn't
revolt's
ketchup
kinda
or
like,
ranch.
No, it's mayo.
Interesting.
Try it.
Isn't mayo a little tasteless on its own?
It has a little bit of a taste.
He goes ahead and tries that out, takes one of the fries, dips it.
I mean, fry sauce is part mayo.
Sure.
It is
Uh,
mayonnaise and fry.
Red Arsenal's going to down his drink, and he's going to order some tequila.
One drink.
Okay. Keep in mind,
How-
you guys also had shots paid for you too.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Oh, yeah.
One drink.
Two shots of tequila. Let's go.
One drink.
Well, depends on how good he is holding his alcohol, I suppose.
If you embarrass me, to the
Mhm.
moon.
There's a
Three.
base there now.
Three shots of tequila, please.
He really wants to go to the moon.
Well,
Yeah,
at least he isn't alone.
Shion's just gonna start it on her hamburger. She's not dainty about it either.
So no problem. So Volume Revolt looks over to Pulsar and he says, "So what's your story, Bucket?"
Don't.
Kind of new to all this. Pulsar.
To the bar or to like the whole thing?
Yeah, super stuff and the bar.
He's a baby monster.
So yeah, at that point, he kind of he's a baby monster. Do you like
Yeah, what does that mean?
shapeshift or something into a gremlin?
No, it means like he's new.
What the?
Well, why'd you say
Okay,
monster?
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm.
Never
And
mind.
he does one of these
Never mind.
over his tall hair.
Yeah,
again.
never mind.
I do one over my tall head too.
It's like,
No, she's just gonna bebop in her chair and continue stuffing her face.
okay, so at that point, you guys hear a brief sound just over the volume of the music and whatnot, and walking in to the walking into the I want to call it a club effectively
Establishment.
but establishment into Jimmy's. You guys see her.
Is the owner of Jimmy's our Jimmy from Ashland?
No, but good
Oh,
question.
he can't be like Patches.
It's Jimmy Olsen.
Oh, okay.
Yo.
Wow.
Wow.
You can't. I'll shoot her with an arrow.
Is that Yankee Girl?
It is.
Hoo-hoo.
Lightbringer's gonna jump up and run over or fly over and give her a hug.
Okay. So you go flying over, real quick, and of course Sledge is like, like what the heck was that all about? And Volume Revolt is like, oh, mama. And of course Lightbringer, runs over. You give her a surprise hug, and she's taken back real quick, and she's like, "Oh well, hey LB, how you doing?"
Hey, surprised to see you here. I guess it's my first team's first try here.
She kind of like looks, over to the group, and she's like, did y'all get some new team members or something? I don't recognize them all."
Oh yeah, we got a couple of new guys. You want to come over and meet them? Unless are you here with someone? I don't want to.
Oh heavens, no. I'm just taking some time off, and I thought I'd stop by, see how compared to days of yore.
Well, that's right. Wasn't there one of these back in your day?
And she like looks around. Yeah.
Was it like this?
Oh no, heavens no, we couldn't do anything like this. We had bombs being dropped on us, dear.
Fair enough. She'll walk with her back over to the table.
Okay. So I mean, she comes walking over. She's got her cape kind of held up in one hand at this point to keep control of it.
Joan's just gonna wave like she's munching.
She waves.
You guys remember Yankee Girl, right?
Of course.
That-
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Yankee Girl, the two individuals who are newer to our team are Red Arsenal and Pulsar. Red Arsenal, Pulsar, this is Yankee Girl.
Hi.
She just looks at the two of you and she's like, "Well, ain't you two just cute as buttons?" And just kind of taps Pulsar's helmet like with her fingernail. Just like tink.
My mono eye just narrows like a cat.
Did she just boot the snoot?
Just yeah.
It's mono eye.
He's only got one eye when he's got this thing on. So
I mean, it's like a visor, right? I mean, like the eye part.
Yeah.
My thought was that when he wears this thing, he looks almost like a celestial, like a Jack Kirby style, like where it's like human shaped, but definitely something not human.
Right.
You know, pocket celestial.
Sure. So, so she says, "So what brings you all here?" LB tells me it's your first time.
Yeah, we just
Correct.
heard about it.
Oh well,
I
peaches.
can't
and
believe it's
cream,
been
welcome
around
to
for a
the
while and
place.
I've never heard about it before.
And she says, "Oh yeah, it's been going on for I don't know, almost a year now."
Wow. We're slow.
You know, we were really wondering who is behind this place. I don't suppose you know.
Oh well, she says, well, your daddy was behind the original. I think he had something to do with this one too. I just don't know, like the particulars. I was never,
Electrum?
you know, I was never quite that close with him. He was well, you know, we already discussed that.
Fascinating.
Wow.
So,
Hi, I'm Red Arsenal.
and so she pauses and she says, "Oh, what is that phrase? She'll tell. Oh, you're a little slow to download, ain't you?"
Red Arsenal, you're drooling.
Huh? What?
This is why we're going with a one drink rule tonight.
To the moon.
Just let me get my margarita first.
Yeah, well, she just says, you know, at that point, well, would you just make sure you watch your liquor?
Uh-huh. Sure thing.
Liquor before beer, you're in the clear, but beer before liquor, never sicker.
Oh.
Hmm.
He's just like, just looking into her eyes like she's the most beautiful thing in the world. She is probably the most beautiful thing in the world.
Corned beef is weird on nachos.
What?
Huh.
Yankee Girl, how's your team doing?
Oh, we're doing fine. Obviously, it was a little hectic with that thing that occurred overseas here recently, but
We were sure glad to see you.
well, you were probably the only ones. You know, there were some choice words delivered between a certain someone and myself, but
I can certainly imagine.
It's kind of hard to have righteous indignation when, you know, the red, white, and blue was kind of embarrassed like it was over there. So I tried to keep my cool as best I could.
How's Mr. Shield?
He is of vigorous health.
Really glad to hear that.
Well, as am I. I don't fully understand why. I think maybe he's been trying to find ways to fool with that serum and keeping himself from falling by the wayside again.
Well, excellent. Good to know that he's at least doing what he can to still be part of the world.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's the head trainer at the institute.
True, we've heard at the Haven Institute, correct?
Yes, sir, indeed.
Those children have been doing well, even though they're just children. Have you ever seen them actually perform their different powers?
Oh, of course, several times now. In fact, they're about to become our first graduating class.
Oh, nice.
Oh, oh my God, I can't remember her name.
McCall.
No. No, the insect girl that I fought. Way back when.
It's not Mantis, is it?
Nah, it's not
No.
Mantis.
That was a different one.
Dragonfly?
Dragonfly! Is she
Oh,
gonna graduate?
She is part of that first class. Yes. she is.
Nice. Oh, I have to congratulate her. When's the graduation?
Well, I don't know. It's a bit informal. You'd have to talk to Miss Headmaster McCall about that.
Oh yeah.
I'm usually just there on hand for additional strength and training, and at times keep a mantle in line.
He is a handful, isn't he?
He's 4 handfuls.
I'm so sorry.
But otherwise, no, they're all good. And we have a new group of students coming in. She kind of goes over the that is the wrong window. She goes over the names of some of the other students who are there. Did we just lose somebody? Oh, it's Derek. Never mind.
A man without a face.
Yay!
Yay.
It's me.
And all of a sudden, Ixion shows up in the bar.
I'm like,
I guess he got the memo.
Get that added here real quick.
I apologize for my tardiness. I was
Also,
waiting
Sean
for
feels
lab
a
experiments to
disturbance in the force.
finalize.
But she says, no, we got a couple of new students already. They're starting off. We've got a cute little girl by the name of Natura. She does some things with nature, like plant growth and whatnot. Got a real nice sweet girl called Pound Cake, who joined. We have another individual calls himself Silance, because he can generate psionic lances or of some kind or some such. We also have we've got a couple other up and coming students, so there's going to be a even larger batch, I think, coming through this time.
Excellent.
Somebody who deals with plants. She's gonna look over at Pulsar.
He's just eating. Like, wait, what?
Yep. So she looks over to Pulsar and she says, "Oh, I wouldn't have assumed someone with the armor that you have, but you can utilize plants and nature."
I wouldn't put it that way.
All right, bro.
I can talk to them sometimes. They have a lot more attitude than you'd expect.
She says, "Okay, well, I guess I have to take your word for it."
They make a lot of demands too. Let's go back to sipping his water.
Okay. Like he was traumatized somehow by by interacting with plants.
No, he just doesn't understand. He's just like, I don't know what to say. I've never been in a bar.
And Lightbringer will introduce Sledgehammer
Okay,
to Yankee Girl.
sure. And she says, "Oh no, we already met."
Oh, that's right. You fought together.
Yeah, and he just nods. Now he's of course trying to politely keep his eyes on Lightbringer.
White feet.
Do we want to bring Derek up to? Do we want to bring Derek up to speed?
We went to Jimmy's. You are at Jimmy's getting drunk with Red Arsenal. Red Arsenal has taken 1 Long Island iced tea, 3 shots of tequila, and he's on a margarita.
Jimmy's is a superhero bar, if you didn't know already.
Oh, and you
No.
won the lottery.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah,
What?
You won
you
the
got-
lottery.
Yeah, you got a free basement.
Yeah.
As you guys are saying this, my brain is like, don't say that in front of these other people.
Oh no, I thought
Oh.
this was out of character.
Out of
Yeah,
character.
It was out of character.
It was, but my brain was like,
Wait, we got to do this thing.
Yeah.
the Out
save
of
that till
character.
later.
Okay,
Out of character.
so I don't drink
Hey,
at all, like literally nothing,
so you're a designated driver.
because I don't know how
You don't
how
synthesize
alcohol
human
would-
food.
You might want to tilt your camera down a little bit, Derek, because we've barely got your head in camera.
Yeah, your face is all.
And to the right.
That was rude. My face. This is the way my face is. Okay.
Pixelated?
In
You're
the
still off.
corner.
You're still off to the corner.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
way,
you're in the
way
bottom right.
corner.
You're in the bottom right side of the screen.
I'm
And you're
literally
also-
looking straight at. Like,
Wrong
Nope.
camera.
pointing
Nope.
straight.
Wrong
You're not
camera.
looking
You have a
at the
different
Wrong
camera.
camera.
active now.
Oh, this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's the one
one
we're
you're
looking
pointing at is the one that we can see you through.
Oops.
I'm gonna point back at you.
Yeah, so
I'm pointing at
rude.
both of them.
How rude.
It's supposed to be. Where is it? Where is this? Is I don't know what's going on. This is weird.
Well, you could just use that camera.
Or you could just take it off
I could,
XSplit.
but it would be kind of funky.
XSplit
Right.
is probably pulling from a different camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I wanted to see here. Sorry.
Would you like to try a Irish nacho?
Sure.
I'll offer some to Yankee Girl 2 and
There you go.
Volume Control.
Okay.
Is Volume Control still there?
Volume Revolt.
Fine.
Oh, sorry, Volume Revolt.
And yes, he is.
Okay.
So, Volume Revolt. Why are you called Volume Revolt?
So he's like, that is a great question. And he says, shh. And then like everything in the bar gets like almost to the sound that you can hear a beep in your ear because it's too quiet.
Nice.
Whoa.
Sound control is so cool.
And then he starts doing this and bringing the volume back up because people are starting to get irritated at him for that.
Uh-oh.
That's kind of impressive.
Am I on the?
There you
There
go.
we go.
Ah, there we go.
So it helps when the camera's plugged in.
Ah, ha, ha. Yeah.
So yeah, one of
Wow.
those technical things. It won't come on. It won't turn on. Is it plugged in?
Oh.
Shut up.
So one thing
Mhm.
Ixion would have found. So we've had a 1 week time lapse. During that week, Hyperion took several people to, or several of the group to different places, but specifically for Xenofreeze, he would have driven you to a luxury single family house in Strongford that's furnished and has like a full-sized basement. And he would have then given you the keys to that house and explained that it's yours to do with as you wish, to live especially. And you can even do anything you'd like with the basement, like set up your own laboratory if you'd like. you now have your own actual domicile.
Oh, okay.
And you would have
I
learned that Hyperion
Do not
was.
know.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say that you would have known that he was doing that for the other siblings as well, except for Lightbringer, because she already had a home with her roommate.
Big Bro kicked us out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, for real.
Does Hyperion have his own domicile?
Yeah, he's had his own condo ever since he moved to Strongford. But he's spent most of his time at the Vane.
In other words, he's
Then-
kicking us all out. He wants his privacy.
No, wait, but the danger room is there. No, you can't kick us out.
You know, he's tired of not being able to bring girls home.
That could be a thing now.
Side note:
Yeah.
some of these people may not have transportation back to the Vane.
Who's that? Is that
You.
is that Empress Claw?
Oh my!
That's Empress Claw. She
Nope.
is. Wow.
That is Yankee Girl again.
That is also Yankee Girl. Yep.
Mm.
Wow.
You know, her image doesn't really fit her image.
You're
Yeah.
you're just now realizing that.
No, I've known that for a long time.
Okay.
I was very surprised that was her getup back in the day.
Oh yeah, that was absolutely like that costume has not changed a whole lot from when she originally hit the mags. Way back in the golden age, I think, of comics, or silver age. Like,
Oh
way
no,
back in the day.
they were
How does
probably
she keep everything in?
tape.
Tape, anti-grav.
Pure strength.
Stick them.
Just flex. Just like
That's the unwritten, undocumented superpower
Right.
for some of the female superheroes.
Velcro.
She's like, watch this. Like it's like how does Ariel keep the shells on?
Yeah, like how does that work?
Yeah.
Pure
Some kind of thing that doesn't become insolvent in water.
So back in character. So at that
Yes.
point, Yankee Girl excuses herself. She's going to go get herself a drink. Volume Revolt follows her because he's
Of
trying
course.
to get a number.
Right.
Are you going to Red Arsenal?
Maybe
no,
you'll overhear.
No.
She's
Another
so
margarita,
nice.
please.
You left your jaw on the floor, by the way.
Uh-huh.
Red Arsenal, roll your endurance.
This is going to be the most awesome one.
One of us that has the highest endurance, aka me, just doesn't drink. So
Right. Ironically.
Let's go! Let's go!
Does the radio start playing "What Is Love"?
Wow, that was
If
pretty
he
epic.
starts going,
when she walks
I
out,
love
I'm
you.
blue, boppity bop.
You come home with me.
I think
He's not doing nothing for you.
Yeah. So, Red Arsenal wander stumbles off at this point. He's already ordered a drink and he's just he's on autopilot at this point. He's going over the jukebox, which they have one. It's a little bit larger than a normal jukebox would look like, and it's because it looks like it has a larger establishment of music in it that you can choose from.
I get
Or-
the feeling we may need to call it a night soon. For Red Arsenal's sake.
You might be right.
I mean, I'm not doing anything, and I'll get up and kind of just go follow Red Arsenal just to just to help him if he
So-
stumbles. Make sure he doesn't break the jukebox.
He's agile enough that he's keeping himself up, but it's not in a singular pattern. It's like he'll wander over towards a chair and then wander over towards a table and kind of do that drunken casual, like I'm okay but not really, sort of like looking around. But yeah, he again, like at this point, Red Arsenal, you are an autopilot. You don't really know exactly what's going on. You've hit the sauce one too many times. And probably maybe you didn't have food before you got here, so it hit harder or something. Who knows? Yeah. But you see, he as he kind of stumbles up to where Yankee Girl is sitting, and of course, right across from him, is Volume Revolt shooting his shot. Doing whatever he can to, try and get her, her phone number. And right as Red Arsenal pulls up, actually, I'm pretty sure this is accurate, but there we go. When did that song come out? I think we're okay. Oh, 100% we're okay. Yep.
He trips over her cape.
Nope. So he comes walking up and he immediately sets his arm on, on the countertop. And, he mutters something to her that sounded like maybe it was like a high, but it was like too many syllables for that. And she kind of turns and looks at him, and right as he's about ready to say something, the Divinals' I Touch Myself song comes on. And he just has this drunken, accomplished look on his face, like everything up to this point has gone exactly the way it should have planned. And she just kind of like looks at him as the song starts playing, and he's starting to get handsy, and she like turns and looks and takes him by his thumb and bends it back a little bit, and you see him like ow 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 ow, I don't understand.
Okay, I'm taking him home.
Yes, I think we should.
Pulsar
call
was
it.
the closest because he was kind of following him around. Are you doing anything, Pulsar, as he's doing this, or are you just letting him crash and burn?
No. If I could see that he was about to do something that would get him into any sort of hot water, I was going to be there to be the goalie, try to intercept him.
Okay. So at that point, she doesn't have to twist hard. She's very strong. Peels back his hand with relative ease, and as soon as you slide up and try to play like goalie or whatnot, he's trying to push past you. No chance. And she mutters something about keep your hands off of me, and he ends up saying something about like transdubita pressure, or some sort of like weird gibberish or something, and she doesn't quite. Yeah, there you go. Touchdown. Unbreaded. He's trying his best to like recover, but he's so far gone at this point. Like even the words that sound like they probably would have been like a confident affirmation statement are just really slurred, and nothing sounds like it's coming together quite right.
Yeah, I'll kind of receive Red Arsenal and then just kind of turn to her and just give her like I sincerely apologize. He's only kind of like this when he's sober, and then just kind of march him
He's
over.
only kind of like this.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like carry him back over to the booth.
Sure. Okay. And at this point, Red Arsenal is starting to like, he's starting to do that drunk cry and just, and mope. about how like he
She was putty in my hands.
like it again, it's hard to make out what he says, but you make out the word like family. It sounds like he's talking about how he doesn't have one, and how bad his life was growing up, and and then like this is how you can tell it's not quite sincere. It's just drunken, emotions, because like right at that time he would look down and notice his glass was empty, and he would just be like, one more, trying to like order another, sort of thing, to wash it all away.
Yeah, they're buddy. You should. When I get him back to the table and be like, how do you guys cure drunkenness?
Time. It shouldn't take that long for him, given his abilities with regeneration, but clearly he's had more than he can burn through at the moment.
How
A trip
much
to
did
the
he
moon
have?
would work.
He had 2
I
drinks.
walk on the moon.
So there's no remedy for this. He's just like this until it's over.
Have you never experienced someone who's inebriated before?
I
He grumbles in your arms, just like
I kind of like pat him on the like I grew up in Senia, and then I was a tool of the military industrial complex, I guess. So wasn't a whole lot of drinking to be had.
I see.
and then from behind you just hear, and it's just all going down the back of Pulsar.
Oh no!
I'm gonna kill him.
Can my energy sheath like destroy the vomit?
Yeah.
Sizzle it away.
No, I'm not gonna.
I mean,
I'm not gonna
that's
activate
kind
that
of-
in the bar.
Okay.
That's kind of an assault.
I had that thought, but I'm like,
It's a
no.
bioweapon.
I was like, no, we're not supposed to do that in the place. I'll just fly home and just reach fast speeds to clear off the vomit.
Okay.
This may be the time to exit, unless anyone else has a reason they want to stay here.
I mean,
No, but this is a face of upsetness. And she's just gonna put her hand on Red Arsenal, and she's gonna quickly say, "If you're wanting to go with, put a hand on me." She counts down 1, 2.
Yeah.
Shone. How about you just send me back? I'll take him. I'll make sure he's cleaned up and all that. You guys care more
Because
about.
I have to go with you. It doesn't work that way.
Oh, it's not. You can't just send people back and forth.
Can I put
Not
a hand?
yet.
Can I put
That
a
is
hand
a
on?
good idea.
Well, what?
What if I could figure that out?
Can Red Arsenal put his hand on Shone's hand?
Yeah,
No, she's got
You're gonna have
you
to-
by the ear.
You're gonna have to speak up in your mic a little bit.
Can Red Arsenal like hold on to Shone?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. He's
She's
holding on
she's
to
got
you.
him. She's got Red Arsenal by the ear.
She
Yep.
able to teleport back from here?
Good question.
She's gonna try.
Yep.
So she's gonna
and-
try.
As soon as you do, 10 points of damage. Zag!
Oh,
Do we all take it?
Yeah.
damn it! I forgot about that.
Oh wait, I
Ooh.
also take it.
Ow!
That should wake him up.
Ow!
Does it clean the vomit
Ooh.
off of me?
No.
Sorry, guys.
I was gonna ask if maybe we should ask the bartender if we could teleport out of here.
Yeah. Well, when you do that and you zap yourselves, like the bartender just quietly takes a laser pointer and points over to a sign that says no teleportations.
Right. Clearly, it's for their security.
Okay. So she's still gonna hold his ear and start walking towards the door.
I can get him home. You guys want to stick around and schmooze? You guys can continue to do that.
Well,
That's
the only
cool.
one that really has a date here is Lightbringer.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
mine's somewhere.
I mean, you all seem like you really wanted to. I kind of only came because it's a family outing. But I'll make sure Red Arsenal gets cleaned up and uh, gets anti-alcohol. There's really nothing. There's nothing I can give him.
Water.
Coffee.
All right, I'll get him.
Strong coffee.
Okay, I'll get him some coffee water, and then I'll make sure he's cleaned up and back in bed.
That would probably be best.
Yeah, I'll take care of him.
Excellent. Thank you, Paul Smith.
Okay.
You guys enjoy the rest of
Order
your
a
night.
dozen roses for have Helios order a dozen roses for Yankee Girl as an apology.
Is the roses appropriate? Like, is that what is that the currency for forgiveness?
Yes, sometimes.
According to Shone, apparently it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Just
Well,
have it say, "Sorry" from the legacy.
Our bad.
oops, my bad.
And Carmen's gonna pull out like a $50 and leave it, like push it towards the bartenders.
Okay.
Say, "I am so sorry."
Yeah, they're
It won't-
looking at the floor, kind of disgusted, like, ooh.
It won't happen again.
And that is where we are going to stop for the evening. So
Cool.
we got almost a full 3 hours in there.
Nice.
Nice.
So, so next games coming up next week, Wednesday and Thursday, are Cyberpunk and Street Fighter, respectively.
Cyberpunk!
Both
Can't
will
wait!
start at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then this game will actually, or then the week following, I should say, the week of the 16th, that will be our Mythic Savannah game again on Friday, 7:30 p.m. And then this game back on the 17th at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So thank you guys who tuned in and checked us out, who checked us out on the replay, or will check us out on the replay. And I hope you guys all have a good night. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.